Hey, what's going on, guys? Alex and Ryan here, and it's that time of the week, your weekly fishing report. So, Ryan, what's going on out there with the pickerel and, I guess, around the tidal creeks?
Well, water clarity, I'm not gonna lie, has been pretty bad lately. The pickerel fishing still pretty good if you want to get out there and fish is pretty tough for the pickerel, but these gold blades are definitely the key. So I have two of my favorite lures here: the bullseye spinner from Z-Man and the Willow Vibe jig head from Z-Man. Both the gold blades, they create a lot of disturbance in the water, get those fish's attention, even when the water clarity is not great. So both of those lures are going to be included in our pickerel gift set here. I fished this past weekend, and really good stuff in here. All kinds of good stuff. So we have the Willow Vibes, like I said, with that spinner bait, all kinds of good plastics here, jerk bait, spoon, little mep spinner, weedless hooks, all kinds of really good stuff in here. Literally everything you need to go out for a day and catch pickerel. So the water temp has really dropped below 50, which is a benefit for us catching those bigger pickerel. Usually they do tend to fire up in these colder days. So two more lures I like. Well, the one kind of a rig here we make, the snakehead float rig, just float a minnow under that on that little bait holder hook. That works pretty well. Of course, natural bait is always going to work. So those natural mud minnows, come get a pint, half pint, and float them under that bobber. Should work really well. And then last but not least, I have this pickerel spinner here, again with a gold blade. I got a weedless hook, and then our 3.75 inch Gambler plastic. And I've noticed that this color really worked well for me in this dirtier water. So it's a darker color with that green and purple. So yeah. And then one last thing that's very important when you're pickerel fishing is fluorocarbon. 15-pound fluoro, Seaguar Blue Label, kind of your classic. I tie like anywhere from a 4 to 6 foot leader when I'm fishing any of these baits. So yeah, that's definitely an important one. But the pickerel fishing is going to pick up here in the next couple weeks, I think, as the weather gets colder. Yeah.
Yep. So remember, even though if it's a little tougher in tidal waters, other options are if you want to make a little bit of a drive, head over to the eastern shore. There's plenty of lakes and ponds where you can catch all kinds of stuff out there, bass, pickerel, whatever, etc. Good time of the year to fish over there. They're stuck in that area, so you'll definitely find some fish.
Yeah.
Other than that, let's talk about a little rockfish. Now, rockfish here in the Chesapeake, it's that time of the year where most of your fish are going to be congregated down south. 72A, mouth of the chop tank. Middle grounds, we're talking about way down south. Pretty much everybody's fishing out of Solomon, Super Silent, heading south. Big congregations of fish. Most of your fish are ranging anywhere from 20 to a couple mid 30-inch fish. There is ocean fish mixed in, but not the quality that we want yet. I've been hearing about some fish moving up from the Virginia line up a little bit, and thus we're just mid 30s. So we're hoping here in the next week or two, we're going to be finding some of those hefty fish that came from Jersey moving into our Maryland waters. Now, a couple lures to have out there for you light tackle guys, or just anybody throwing lures. One of the good lures to throw out there that's almost dummy proof and will catch you fish, it's a flutter spoon. Now this is nothing new. I know we've been talking about it a lot, but this is one of those things where you just throw it out there, you literally let it flutter down, and you just pick up here and there, and it catches fish. Another classic one, your 10, 8, 7, 6-inch BKDs, big fish, right? Now, if you want to stay local and still get out there and try to catch any size of rockfish, the ledge right outside 84, 83, right by south of Poplar Island is going to hold some fish. Now, you're fishing deep water. You're going to be fishing pretty much 40-plus foot of water. Sometimes the fish are going to be closer to the bottom, so you got to get down to the bottom. Now, is jigging the only way to catch them right now? No. You can also troll out there, but remember, a lot of these fish are going to be congregating in one spot, so if you want to get the opportunity to use some lighter lures and lighter gear, this is the time of the year to have some of those big fish. Now, other things to do besides rockfish that a lot of people forget about is white perch, deep water white perch. And this is not just in the creeks and rivers, this is going to be also in the main bay. And you can see some of these guys like LJ and a couple of the other guides down south are also catching black sea bass while doing this. Of course, they're using a little bit beefier gear, heavier jigs. But if you're in this area and you want to catch perch, Bay Ridge pilings. I can never say this enough. This time of the year, you can go to those pilings, and this is one of the things Ryan's been rigging here for 2 days straight.
Yeah, made a ton of them.
It's our bay bombs here. Now we're gonna make 2 different sizes. This is a little bit lighter one with a 3/4 ounce sting silver there, with a single hook, feather hook, and a little teaser. Now what you're gonna do is get up there, drop it down, bounce it on the bottom.
Yep.
Gonna catch plenty of perch, rockfish. Literally everything that swims over there is gonna hit this.
Yeah.
And this is a great way to pass the time if you still have the boat out there, you haven't winterized it, and you just want to catch something.
Yeah.
And what better fish to catch than white perch, especially with the holidays?
Yeah, they're delicious.
Fish fry, right?
Yeah, they're delicious.
Something, cook something up with those fish. But other than that, one thing that we do want to emphasize too is catfish.
Yeah.
This is a time of year when you can still get out there and do it, and obviously catfish. In my perspective, the blue cats are more of a colder water fish, so they do like this colder water. So get out there and chunk some frozen bait in any of the local parks like Sandy Point, Chesapeake, and all those places. You will still find some rockfish and catfish.
Yeah.
Now, have you heard anything about the coast out in Ocean City?
Not much. I know they're still getting on some sea bass down out at the wrecks. Tog is definitely going to pick up. I know tog season. You start to get the bigger tog as the weather gets a little colder.
Right. Surf fishing wise, we haven't heard much from any of those migratory fish hitting the Delaware or Maryland beaches yet. From up north, it's always rough and stuff when they come through. It's been rare when they actually do come through there. Most of those fish are way out. They're past the 3-mile mark. But if you're fishing the inlet, you're still catching rockfish, you're still catching some tog and some small sea bass in there. So give it a shot.
Yeah.
And I believe that's all we got for your fishing report, right?
Yeah, that's just about wraps it up.
All right, guys. So come to the store, talk to us, and come buy some Christmas gifts.